wanted to make this video today to talk about a topic that keeps kind of coming up for us. I think it's a good conversation to have at this time. We've noticed a lot of people stepping onto sort of that spiritual entrepreneur healer path.
Yeah.
We're also aware that healer is a very loaded term. We're trying to just give it a bit of an umbrella coverage of what healer means. So it can mean anything from
talk therapist, someone that works with the modality of art, someone who does reiki or touch therapy, coaches. It's so broad.
Yeah.
I guess it's anyone that's in service to another.
Exactly.
Essentially.
Yeah. And we've just noticed this trend because there's a big societal shift at the moment where a lot of people are leaving their conventional jobs for various reasons and they're wanting to kind of step onto that path.
They've always had it within them.
Yeah.
But now there's been a catalyst for people to move on it, right?
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Yeah, which is super exciting because I think the world needs more healers. I think there's always enough clients or people out there that for every single healer that decides to, follow their heart or their soul path of wanting to get on that path. So we thought we'd just share a few insights that we've had, and if you want to share some of yours, please leave it in the comments. I think it's just a good conversation to have at this time. Yeah. So what have we discovered?
So I guess one thing I want to bring up is that there's this notion, or perhaps if we've been to therapists or healers ourselves, but there's this idea that they're whole or they're complete or they're completely healed themselves. And while that is really important to do your work and to be as congruent as possible, I don't think that most of us would want to be doing healing if we didn't need it ourselves, right? So the wounded healer is someone that's been through pain or trauma themselves, and that creates the drive for wanting to help others.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you waited till you were ready or you waited until you were completely healed, you'd never start.
Yeah. And sometimes there is a catalyst that's needed to step onto that path, and that can be a traumatic event or something that's painful, because that helps us to ascend. And I think one of the really cool things we've learned along the healer path is that our clients are our greatest teachers.
Yes.
I love it so much because every time we get a client, we know that person is going to come to us and mirror something that we need to also work on or look at in our own lives. So there's this really cool dynamic between the healer and the client, where there's this, what word did you use? Can't remember.
Alchemical?
Yeah.
Is it alchemical? Yeah.
Our chemical reaction that happens in the space where you are healed by working with the client as well. So it's this, this cool kind of dual relationship that happens.
The intersubjective space.
Yes.
Yeah, Jung said that there is almost like a chemical reaction that takes place when two people are talking together, which creates both parties to be changed forever. So your clients are your greatest teachers.
Yeah. Exactly. And then there's this thing of as well, because some of us are leaving those conventional 9-to-5 type jobs and we're stepping onto this healing path. And we might have this kind of plan or idea of how we want this business to work.
Absolutely.
But one of the things we've learned time and time again is that, we could have a plan for how we want it to look, but that is not always the way it goes.
Yeah.
And so there's this constant humbling.
Yep.
On the path, and I know that possibly there's a lot of other healers out there that would understand we're in service to spirit. So yes, we have our plans, and it's
want it to look like this.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And that's good to have. It's good to be empowered in that way. But then also that humbling experience of being like, well, I also need to be in tune with what spirit wants for me, and I have to put my ego aside as part of that.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and I guess the other thing we wanted to mention is to be wary of healer burnout as well.
Oh yeah.
In the caring or the giving modalities, potentially you've been attracted to this because you're an overgiver by nature. So being careful to keep that in check. Like if you're saying to your clients you need to give back to yourself, you need to do it yourself. And giving from an empty cup never leads to good things, right? So self-care practices are really important. Yeah. Certainly what we've found.
Yeah. Definitely. And whenever we're run down, our clients the number of clients always drops because our life force isn't strong enough to hold more clients. So then we need to fill up our cup, and then when we do that, then it returns to normal. But that's always something to remember. Whatever you give, you've got to give back to yourself, and maybe that's through seeing another healer as well. Supporting each other.
So thanks for listening, and
please comment.
Share your experiences. We'd love to hear
on your journey. We'd love to see that. Okay, bless. See ya.